Hello everyone and welcome to our video series on Learn German Grammar. In this video, you will be learning the difference between two personal pronouns, ihn and ihm. We will be doing a few examples for each one of them, and in the end, there will be a small exercise. If you want to revise what you learned today, you can download a free worksheet from our page on Patreon. So, let's begin. Ihm oder ihn. Here's the first example. Das ist Julian. Ich liebe ihn. In the second sentence, ich is the Subjekt and hence im Nominativ. The accusative object in the sentence is ihn. So ihn is basically a pronoun for third person in singular. In nominative, you would use er, and for accusative, you would use ihn instead of er. Here's the next example. Ich habe ihm einen Kuchen gebacken. Here again, ich is the nominative Subjekt. There are two objects in this sentence. Einen Kuchen is a direct object and is an accusative case, whereas ihm ist indirektes Objekt und im Dativ. If you want to revise the accusative and the dative case, you can watch our videos on the same. The links are given below in the description. Ihm is also a pronoun which is used in third person singular. Im Nominativ, you would use er, whereas in dative, you would use ihm. If you are sure about the accusative object and the dative object in a sentence, you would have no problems using ihm oder ihn in your sentences. Another thing which could help you is when you ask wen oder wem. Now we'll look at the two sentences that we just did. For the first one, you will ask, wen liebst du? Wen is the accusative Fragepronomen für Personen. A question with wen will always have an answer with an accusative object. Ich liebe ihn. Let's look at the next one. Ihm. In the case of dative pronomen, the question will always be wem. Wem hast du einen Kuchen gebacken? Ich habe ihm einen Kuchen gebacken. Wen or ihn will always be a direct object, whereas wem or ihm is always the indirect object. So these are the two most basic uses of the personal pronouns ihn and ihm. Let's look at a few more examples. The first pronoun is ihn. Wo ist mein Kuli? Hast du ihn gesehen? As you can see, ihn can also be used for things. In this case, your question will be, was hast du gesehen? Let's look at a few verbs that always take an object in the accusative case. Verben mit Akkusativobjekt. Here's the first example. Das ist mein Hund. Ich liebe ihn. Since we are talking of only one object in the sentence, that object will be in Akkusativ. Here's the next example. Dein Bruder ist krank. Kannst du ihn mal anrufen? With the verb anrufen, you will use an accusative object. Ihn is also used with prepositions that take accusative. Mit Akkusativpräpositionen. Here's the first example. Ich liebe Christian. Ich kann für ihn alles tun. Since für is an accusative preposition, you will use an accusative pronomen with it. In this case, ihn. And here, the question should be, für wen kannst du alles tun? Let's look at another example. Er ist mein Leben. Ohne ihn ist alles schwer. Here also, ohne is an accusative preposition. Hence, you will use a personal pronoun in accusative after that. In this case, ihn. The question here will be, ohne wen ist alles schwer? Do revise the other accusative prepositionen. The link for the video is given below. Now let's move on to the cases where we can use ihm. Ihm is a dative personal pronoun used for third person masculine in singular. Der alte Mann ist krank. Wir haben ihm eine Suppe gekocht. Ihm can also be used when there is only one object in the sentence. This happens only when you are using Verben mit Dativobjekt. Let's look at the first example. Sam hatte Geburtstag. Wir haben ihm gratuliert. Gratulieren is a verb that takes only the Dativobjekt. Here's another example. Herr Peters ist unser Nachbar. Das Auto gehört ihm. The verb gehören also takes a Dativobjekt. If you want to revise the other dative Verben, you can watch our video on the same. The link is given below. Another case where you could use ihm is with dative prepositions. Mit Dativpräpositionen. Here's the first example. Max ist frech. Ich will mit ihm nicht spielen. Since mit is a dative preposition, the personal pronoun following it will be in dative. In this case, ihm. The question that you will put up here will be, mit wem willst du nicht spielen? Here's another example. Mein Opa wohnt in Hamburg. Heute Abend fahre ich zu ihm. Zu is also a dative preposition. Hence, you will use a personal pronoun in dative, that is, ihm. Here the question will be, zu wem fährst du heute Abend? You can revise the other dative prepositionen by watching our video on the same. The link is given below in the description. Now let's do an exercise to see how much you've understood. Übung. You have to fill in the blank with ihm or ihn. Do remember the three things you should look out for. Firstly, the verb. Does it take accusative object or dative object? Secondly, are there any prepositions? What kind of a preposition is it? And lastly, is this a direct or an indirect object? Now let's do the first one. Do look out for the verb. Since helfen is a dative verb, your answer should be Mario hat sich verletzt. Hilfst du ihm? Let's move on to the next one. Here also look at the verb. Anrufen. Hast du ihn heute angerufen? This verb also takes an accusative object. Here's the third sentence. In this one, there are two objects. Hence, your answer should be Wo ist dein Bruder? Ich habe ihm eine Pizza mitgebracht. Now try to do the next one. And the correct answer is Der Lehrer ist gut. Wir verstehen ihn. The second sentence requires only one object. And since verstehen is not a dative verb, you will use an accusative object. Moving on to the next one. Since we have a dative preposition here, mit, Your answer should be: Mein Mann hat heute Zeit. Ich gehe mit ihm heute Abend ins Kino. Now let's do the last one. And your answer should be: Mein Sohn war krank, aber jetzt geht es ihm besser. Es geht takes a dative object. Great! Hope you enjoyed this lesson. If you want to revise what you have just learned, you can download a free worksheet from our page on patreon.com. Danke! Thanks for watching this video. If you like this video, do give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more videos. You can click on the bell to receive notifications whenever a new video is uploaded. If you have any comments or questions, you can leave them in the comment section below. Tschüss, auf Wiedersehen!